Yo, so what's up, y'all? We have Hash, bro. The one hit, whatever. The one hit, goddamn it, quitter. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking amazing motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That actually,
so appreciate that.
Actually from the street. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. You know what I'm saying? Actually turned his life around, man. What's up with it, man?
Shit, just chilling, man. Came out here to, do my thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Feeling good, man.
Coming back to the city of hustle. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
You leave. That made me,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You didn't leave on probation, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I left in the federal penitentiary.
Hey, it happens though, right?
It does happen.
Shit happens. I mean, shit, this is the place where a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, come to. They say leave. What do they say?
You come on vacation, leave on
probation. That's the name of the shit, right?
Yeah, Kltr said that earlier.
Yeah. So a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they actually don't understand that shit like outside of here, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, you left and got a positive reaction to the game, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we see that, you know what I'm saying? In Kansas, thank you for that, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, bro. That's just trying to be a trailblazer, you know what I mean, and just kind of set the tone and kind of lead the way, you know what I mean, and show people there's a different way versus, sticking to what we thought that's all we knew was the streets, you know what I'm saying? You can open your brain, you can open your mind up and expand your horizons and do a lot more than you realize, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what do you have to say to the young cats that's like, you know what I'm saying, that's like, fuck, you know what I mean, fuck the old way the music sound? Because I heard the track. I heard the track where you was like, yo, these young niggas is fucking the music up.
Right.
And I was like, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, hey, and I know your style, and I was like, I bet, you know what I'm saying? At least he's a real lyricist. Because I heard some bars, and we gonna get into some bars, all right?
Right.
But elaborate on that for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, real talk.
I just feel like, hip-hop was always like a form of expression. I guess these young cats is expressing themselves, and maybe it's just a different wavelength that I just don't understand, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, there's no substance in the music whatsoever, you know what I mean? And I like to play around just to show them as well on some of my tracks that I can take the cadence that these younger cats is doing. I can rap over the same beats,
right,
and still get a message across,
right,
doing the same thing that they doing instead of just making some nonsense. You know what I mean? And that's just what I've been seeing a lot. And I hate to sound like the old dude that's your pops used to always be like, "Boy, that ain't music. This music." You know what I'm saying? But,
back in my day.
Right, back in my day. But I feel where you're coming from because you don't have the. Who, like these guys that come out now, like they drop a hit, you know what I mean, and then they're forgotten. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about making timeless music. You know what I mean? I want you to, 10, 15 years from now,
hit it again and go like, to, oh man, I'm still hitting that shit.
Right.
That's dope. So, I mean, like, how was your take on the whole Gucci situation? I see you rocking Gucci's now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, I haven't bought any Gucci since that whole situation. But since I spent so much money on the shit that I do got, I'm gonna wear it, you know what I mean? So it's something simple like my shades,
right?
You know what I mean? My slides. I got, hoodies and shirts and stuff that I'll probably never wear again, you know what I'm saying? But like, little stuff, the wallet, the shades, I already paid for it. There's no sense of buying another $500 pair of shades from a different European designer who has the same views as the Gucci people. It just hasn't been exposed yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? My personal spin on the shit was not being able to like just follow what the crowd say follow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially being a creator in music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And how do you feel on Floyd Mayweather's comments?
Floyd is different. You know what I mean? He's not.
Does he get a pass because he's Floyd and he's rich?
Well, he doesn't get a pass.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like, we know Floyd to be ignorant.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I love Floyd's. I love boxing. You know what I'm saying? Right. But sometimes you got to turn a blind eye to things. It's just like Kanye being a Trump supporter, you know what I'm saying? But he still makes great music, but that's his own political views.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's Floyd Mayweather's own personal view, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't doing nothing to me by supporting Gucci, you know what I mean? I can just do my part and not purchase that anymore. So I did go through a phase, but I'm glad it's done now. But more so about me rocking my own brand, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And what's the name of your brand? Your brand name?
Survival 7.
Survival 7?
Survival 7.
Are you rocking your brand right now?
I'm rocking my brand right now.
That is actually a dope shirt. You know what I'm saying?
It,
and I noticed you got the same pendant that Kevin Gates wear.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What does it mean?
That says Allah.
That says Allah?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that's dope, man. Like a lot of I noticed in a lot of rappers now they're getting more, or artists and creators. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Are getting more into the spiritual enlightenment part of life.
Right.
You know what I mean? As the money and the fame is coming along.
Right.
How has that been for you?
You know, I've always been in spiritual. You know what I mean? And I don't think like no amount of money that I can ever obtain would change me. You know what I mean? I'm just the person who I am. I'm simple. You know, I just live my life. I love to create. You know what I mean? Whether it's the clothing, whether it's the music. I'm also I have a fitness business, a personal training business as well.
That's what's up. Doing something with your money.
Right. It's another one of my passions, and just just building, trying to build wealth and accumulate wealth. And it's not even about me. You know, I'll splurge on the jewelry a little bit. You know what I mean? But that's because I can leave that to my son.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just trying to create wealth for my children to be able to something to pass on to my children. You know what I mean? And then my nieces and their children. You know what I mean? So just trying to build that family wealth. You know, that's what it's all about.
That's what's up. So it's always in Kansas, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta talk about Kansas because Kansas, you know what I'm saying? They need a little help when it comes to creativity. You know what I'm saying? And embracing the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How would you believe that you've impacted the rap culture here?
Like I said earlier, I think I trailblazed the way, you know what I mean? And what I do see, and I don't, you know, you'll never hear me talking about it, but I see a lot of people making the same moves that I've made as far as like how they promoting their projects,
Right.
You know what I mean, starting to do merch and everything, and I love to see that, you know what I'm saying? But I like to think that I've had some influence on cats seeing that, you know, doing that, and I'm always like, you know, trying to tell people like, you know, to get subs for raps, you got to get outside of Junction City.
Right.
You got to travel and see different things,
Right.
You know what I mean, experience life.
The beef that I noticed even traveling from Wichita and Kansas City, and with Junction City, Manhattan, and Salina and Topeka being in the middle, that a lot of it's different cultures also colliding in the music, but it's also like you a dope rapper, right? You're a good rapper, right? And you're talented, but I'm from here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how does that reception when you was doing your music here? And how did that kind of like, how did you obtain that notoriety, but not by being from, being known in this area?
Right. I just, you know, I've always been, I think everybody always knew me as a, you know, as a rapper. I just, you know, I wasn't always putting out projects.
Right.
But before I would just like freestyling, like we'd be out selling crack, coke, whatever we were selling back in the day.
Right.
And I'd be on the block just posted up and I'd just be rapping. You know what I mean? Even when we was going to school, I'd just be rapping, but I was a little shy.
So it took a level of maturity.
It took a level of maturity to get it out there, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? I made a few mistakes along the way.
Shit, we all do.
Yeah, we all do, you know what I mean? I made a couple of moves, but you gotta learn, you know what I mean? Live and you learn, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm able to deliver the product that I deliver now. It's just by trial and error. But I think just being authentic, genuine, and when people listen to my music, it paints a picture in their head. You know what I mean? It's like this descriptive, and the people who know me know. Like, and that's why I do a lot of name dropping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I name blocks and areas just so if somebody's riding down the street listening to my music, like, damn, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I remember Dove's Green Bourbon. I remember Hash's
making that long-term music.
Right, making that long-term music. Like I said, 10, 15 years from now,
right,
you cut it on and be like, damn, that nigga was snapping. He was on some real shit. You know what I mean?
So the back end of your story, like one of your friends actually got killed. How did that affect you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I noticed in your music, you mentioned it in your music, and it was like, even in your bars, and it was like pause. You know what I'm saying? Like how did that happen? Like what was that?
Actually, my younger brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got murdered, and that's this whole survival brand.
Right.
It's
about
continuing
grind.
His legacy.
Dope.
And you know, he told me, nigga, never stop. You're dope. You know what I mean? I don't care if you don't get signed, whatever. You got. Keep going, you know what I'm saying? So that's my everyday motivation. That's my motivation for these clothes, to keep my brother's legacy alive and to build that wealth, you know what I mean? Name my son to my brother. My brother got murdered. It's still a tough subject for me to deal with every single day, and that's why you hear those pauses after that, you know what I'm saying? And if you hang around me long enough, sometimes you might catch me floating somewhere else, you know what I mean? Because it's just on my mind. I done lost, you know, several homies as well, you know what I mean? And, you know, that shit just, you know, it adds up. And truth be told, nigga got PTSD from that, you know what I'm saying? Like straight up, you know, so.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to him, you know what I'm saying, and your family, you know what I'm saying? I love what you're doing, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
when I heard your music, I was inspired that somebody was in this area, made it out of this area, didn't get involved with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to have that culture background from Denver, you know what I'm saying, and traveling to Atlanta and Texas and
Los
grinding
Angeles,
and
Seattle.
Hustling
Right.
and really getting it in.
Right.
You know what I mean, on a national level. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's it. That sets the fucking bar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
I really
you,
fuck with you.
Thank you. Shukran.
That's real. Anything you want to say to our viewers, man?
Hey, we in Junction City tonight. We about to turn up. You know what I'm saying? My man gonna follow us around with the camera, so y'all gonna see. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing but realness. It's nothing but love, peace and love. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, and that's all we come to do is just to, shut it down for the town one time. It's gonna be a dope show.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Yo, if you look right into the camera, man, and tell them, hey, you rocking with culture.
You rocking with culture. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with culture. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe to my man's YouTube channel.